Welcome back, everybody. Nicola Harvey Mitchell of We Say Yes coined the term at potential youth, referring to persons who come from at potential communities or communities that society deems as hotspots. With our segment, Heroes from the Community, we are determined to shine light on such persons who, despite challenges faced, became or are on their way to becoming success stories. Featured this morning is Raisa Alexandria Belcon, who is the Special Projects Coordinator with the Beauséjour Community Council. She's also a youth leader. Welcome and good morning, Raisa.
Hi, morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, myself, I've been in the Beauséjour Community Council for the past 5 years. I coordinate the literacy program. I help to do the outreach initiatives that we do every month, basically. And this has always been my passion, giving back to the community and giving back to people that I see have been part of my upbringing in my community as well.
And you say your community. What community do you belong to?
Well, Beauséjour Village in Blue Basin, Diego Martin.
And could you tell us about some of the, well, I guess, stigma attached to the community?
Oh, yeah, of course. When people hear that I'm from Blue Basin, the first thing they say is, oh, you're from Blue Basin. They put emphasis on that part. Because people, as you said, they think of it as a hotspot.
Right.
So gang violence, they assume that it's a rampant thing up here. But really and truly, it's a peaceful community. We have lots of people who are contributing positively to the community itself. So it's not like we're all just a bunch of people waiting to be criminals. It's people who want to actually progress in society.
So what was it like growing up in Blue Basin community, Beauséjour community?
For me, personally, it was peaceful. I never really saw much negativity, but when people shed a light on it, I was like, oh, that's right outside my gate, or it's right on the road. So for me, it's not like if I grew up always knowing that my area was considered a hotspot. But, as I got older and I got exposed to more people from around the community, I saw, well, somebody might have had an experience that I wouldn't have had.
Right.
So that's also part of why I'm part of the council now, so I can get a better understanding of where I live and how I can actually change circumstances.
So tell us a little bit about the Beauséjour Community Council. What work do you do there?
Well, I'm the Special Projects Coordinator. So everything from planning programs for youth to planning programs for young adults, even parents, I'm in charge of making sure it goes smoothly. The outreach drives that we've been doing every month for the past about 3 to 4 years is also what I've been dedicated to. So ensuring that we have enough supplies, resources to give out to not just to Blue Basin, but Diego Martin on the whole as well.
Tell us about the outreach projects that you've undertaken and some that are planned.
Sure. The major ones that we have going on right now, for example, is the food drives. We do small packages and large packages depending on the family sizes. We also do clothing drives, hygiene product drives, medical assistance for people who are differently abled and the elderly as well. And well, my main project in outreach that I'm planning even now is to do stationery drives, because in the community and even outside, we have people who can't even access school books and basic stationery supplies. So we try to create small packages for at potential communities to ensure that they have a comfortable stream going out into education or even just the workplace.
And even in this time of COVID-19 now, what's one of the major projects of the council?
Well, it's actually more like an expansion of what we already do.
Right.
So for COVID, we saw how many families in Diego Martin have been in need for a very long time. So even though we have a catchment area of about, let's say, about 75 families in Diego Martin that we directly communicate with, now it's gone to about 300. So we have to always make sure that we have enough people that we can communicate with and say, okay, well, I know somebody in La Puerta, I know somebody in River Estate, and we tried our best to do that. And it's been tough, but we're accustomed to it. So we're just hoping that you can actually avoid having to do more of those if COVID gets even worse.
Right.
So it's a work in progress.
But the thing is, even though it's been tough, you keep at it and you're still trudging through.
Yeah, of course.
And they were also involved in a literacy program. Tell us about that.
Yeah, literacy program, that's kind of like my baby in the council. I love maximizing the potential of young people through literacy. And it's more than just reading and writing. It's about them recognizing their true potential. So we had reading and writing, we have computer literacy, and we're trying to push for music literacy because that seals everything together. once you have that musical aspect of education, people can go anywhere. So that's like a three-step process right now. For me personally, I like when children can see themselves progressing, not just in academics, but just their self-realization through literacy. So that's why I'm trying to always push and push and push to get that off the ground as well.
That's wonderful. What are the three things you love most about your community?
Three things. The people, for sure. They're always on board for whatever projects we have planned. The waterfall. I don't know if you know the Blue Basin waterfall.
I know of it. I haven't been.
You haven't been?
No, I
Well,
haven't
we
been.
can fix that. Don't worry. So
Good.
that's also another thing because it's about tourism, and I enjoy having tourism push from the community's standpoint. And the other thing I love, let's see, the youth. They're very vibrant. They're very willing to change. They're very willing to see what more they can contribute to the community itself. And they're very connected to their elders as well, which is very important to me personally for community growth because once you have that connection between young and the elderly, I mean, you have a perfect bond there to actually grow.
And the balance. And with
Yeah.
that, Raisa, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. And you continue being a hero of your community and keep pushing forward the light that comes from your community
Thank
as
you.
well. All right, this morning I've been chatting with Raisa Alexandria Belcon, and she is the coordinator, she's the project coordinator at the Boseju Community Council. All right, we take a break now for the news at 7, and we'll be back with the second half of the show after that.